Starts with a pulsar and a quasar. That object ejects material in bilateral configurations. Gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And on the left side you have your negative ions, and on your right side you have your positive ions. And eventually it will start spinning in a big sprinkler-like configuration. And then it will become a barred spiral galaxy. Or depending on how it rotates internally. So it's not only rotating on a single axis, it goes this way, it goes this way, you have X, Y, and Z coordinates that the center can turn on. So there's that. It's not like a Ferris wheel. It's more like a gyroscope that also turns in two other directions. The velocity of the inner and outer stars remains constant. Stars are recycled in their orbits, density wave theory, as well as the matter. So the matter can start mixing, and how it mixes is like this. Okay, let's go off of what the establishment says first. They think that galaxies rotate like solar systems, so you have your star, sun-like star in the center, and then as you go out from the center, the velocity drops per the object. And this is what the graph looks like. So you have the velocity is high, and when it moves away from the central regions, the velocity decreases as the distance increases. So the velocity of objects drops as you move further away. That's how they think spiral galaxies work. Okay, this is my crappy spiral galaxy drawing. Basically, they think, the solar system and the sun is doing this. It's spinning around the center of the galaxy like a big solar system. But that's not true at all. What it's actually doing is moving inwards and going out through the arm and coming up over here and going up through this way, and it's just going all over the place. If you want a good video to watch, look up density wave theory. It was thought up in the 60s. I think those guys were way more correct than the dark matter pundits believe. Basically, it means as further away from the central you go, the velocity doesn't really drop that much. It kind of remains constant as you go out. And the only reason they can explain that is because the galaxy doesn't rotate like a solar system. It's easy. They assumed galaxies rotate like solar systems, but that's not true at all. Now, to explain how stars form, so you have your positive cloud on one side of the birthing galaxy, your positive ions, remember that. And then you have a negative, so you have your left Twix and your right Twix. And they come from one side of the galaxy and they just mix together. And when those two clouds mix together, there are pinch points where all that charged material can meet. And a pinch point is where a star is born. It's a very violent event. It radiates, it's very bright, and it makes these giant lobes of material. As the outer of these lobes, these cloud material starts collapsing and it becomes coherent. So you have the bilateral nebulas or Z-pinches as the birthing stars. And mind you, that happens a lot with this cloud material when it starts mixing together inside of there, and like a giant blender. And that's how you birth stars. And if you'll notice, the star isn't born via gravitational collapse. It actually evolves with gravitational collapse. The establishment has it backwards. Alright, today is August 9th, 2016. Hopefully that helps a little bit.